like the great performer that he was. This guy, at least 2 days before he died, was able to get up on stage and do what he does for AEG and
oh my God, too.
down the road. So,
Okay, more.
You're right, Dan. Jaw dropping is a good word to describe it, because this man is dancing. He is cool.
That is my father, Dominic DiCaprio Jr., and I am the third.
Well, my father died when I was a baby, so I really had no time with him, although I do remember him. My mother was good. She did as much as she could, She got married again, and it didn't work out too good. He was he's an abusive man. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't correct a child when they're wrong, but he wasn't my real father. And I think the things he was asking may not be realistic or undeserving of punishment. I didn't like him, but I guess he's no worse than anybody else. If it's not right, you don't belong there. I don't know. I don't hate him. I didn't like him. I didn't like him at that time. As I got older, I see things different. I actually pray for him.
When I was younger, my dad worked long hours at our family business. When it became too much to keep up with, most days I would only catch a glimpse of him going upstairs to sleep as I was leaving out for school.
You like it, Nick? Mommy's got to open it. All right, stop opening it. All right, yeah, wait a minute, girls. Kayla, please, give him a minute.
The first batch, the first ones, I was young, and I was learning as I go along. The second batch, you're more experienced and you know better things that you made a mistake or didn't do right the first time around. So now that you can, like I said, my father died when I was a baby. I went through some hard times. And last thing I want to do is pass that on to somebody else, the same thing. Some people do have that. From generation to generation, they have a repeated bad situation.
I really struggle to speak with my dad. It gives me a lot of anxiety and just prevents me from really being around him in general. There's been times where I didn't speak a word to him for weeks despite living in the same exact house, and vice versa.
I always tried to do the best I could. I took my kids everywhere that I could, everywhere that I could afford. And I didn't waste a moment. I tried to show them everything. If I was walking down the parkway, I pointed out every place of interest to them. If I had no money, I walked across to Ben Franklin with them and showed them a view that nobody else had.
Push yourself off there. Now push.
And I like kids. I enjoyed them. I loved all my kids. They may not feel it. Sometimes they say things to me that make me feel like I didn't show them that. But to me, I don't see that. I see that. Maybe it's just the way that I showed it, and they expected something different.
As he struggled to keep up with the business and continued to stretch himself thinner, he would drink. I won't forget how angry and how hateful his face looked, and it is burned into my memory.
Whatever I seen in the movies, I played. When I was a kid, I seen the movie A Man of a Thousand Faces. It was about Lon Chaney. So I seen that, and I got a makeup kit, and I used to change myself, he could make himself look like anything.
All right, don't say mom.
With what time I did have with him, I do have memories of watching old horror movies, like The Fog, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, my personal favorite at the time, Frankenstein, and The Phantom of the Opera. I was obsessed with Lon Chaney and dreamt of having my own makeup kit resembling his. I wanted to have my own makeup studio in the basement.
Christine, sing. And then she pulls the mask off. Wait a minute.
Sing, Christine, sing. What's on your head? Try to put
Our house was at its worst when I was about 10 years old. At that point, I was going to my lung specialist and would have to go to the hospital often, having to drink liquid steroids.
Well, I wasn't really aware of like your health situations. I didn't know the whole, it's hard for me. I don't have much time. As I gotten older, I got less time. Most of the things that happen are because of the animals.
Who else wants to be in camera?
When we got rid of them, we got more animals. Why, I don't know. I would clean while I was living there every day, before work or when I was off. I cleaned everything downstairs, the kitchen. I'm not there no more, so it's not my problem. I mean, knowing that you had asthma, that's one thing, but correcting the problem that's causing it, that's another. It's not me.
It didn't take long before the cats took over the house. Thousands of fleas would bite you no matter where you went. The floors warped and cracked. Now there's no couch, no stove, no refrigerator, no microwave, barely one piece of furniture.
I think the biggest thing that probably had an impact on me was like a lot of my stuff was ruined, right?
Mine too.
Yeah. And I think that loss probably at that age was a lot.
What bothered me is I had stuff put away, books that meant something to me, different stuff like that. And all I heard was, I said, where are they? I think the cat peed on them and they got thrown out. Nobody told me, it's like, that bothered me. Because I always took care of my stuff.
The smell of my house would stick to my clothes. I felt ashamed and I felt disgusting.
With people in the family, if they're in a bad mood or they're saying something, I won't talk. And then they'll think like I don't care. It's not that I don't care, I just I don't want to have somebody jump on me for something that I didn't know.
Slowly, the family has been working on fixing the house as much as we can. It's a lot to keep what with, and as everyone's grown up and getting more busy, there's just not enough time to do those things. I can't help but feel responsible for what the cats went through.
Put on the red!
I don't know why, but making horror films seems to satisfy a part of me that wants to get even in some way or push people away from me.
You gotta look past out.
Yeah.
Close your eyes, head to the side.
Making these horror movies has also given me a chance to spend time with my dad without feeling weird about it, whether that be him acting in them or just viewing it with the whole family after the fact.
I feel like hindsight now, I could have been a better father, but I'm not going to beat myself about it either because at that time, that's how I was thinking. But I look now, could I have done something to change things? I don't know why I do or feel the way I am. It's me. I mean nothing by it, anything bad to anybody. If I don't feel or act the way that people want, it's nothing personal. I don't know myself why I'm,
Yeah. Is that how you say it? Like a loose tea, you just put it. Yeah. But there's silver and it's
A lot of the times I'm caught up in my head and trying to deal with the mental struggles I face, and I'm worried I'll mess up. I worry that I won't be enough for someone who needs me the most. I don't want to be the reason why someone hurts or feels unsafe, and I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to them. I honestly would rather have nothing at all than to ruin something.
Here's miserable Daddy. Hi, Daddy. Miserable again? Hi, Nicky. Nicky. Nick. Nicky.
Speak loud so we can hear you.
Nicky.
Wait, Nikki gets on the auto. Goodbye. I want the movie and